This is going to shock you when I say it, but Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition has a new bug. Yeah, and it's like kind of a random funny bug, which shouldn't have a big effect on the game, but it has a really weird effect here. Basically, it's that the camel is aggroed by wild animals. Also, the camel can't auto-scout. There might be something else small. But as you can see here at the start of the game, we have Red Phosphorus playing as the Gurjaras, and normally your camel scout would not be attacked, just like a normal scout would not be attacked by animals. And animals are classified as Gaia. So, here comes Phosphorus. He's playing an aggressive game here. He's going to go out and try and steal everything from the opponent. That includes the boar. But watch what happens here. Really crazy situation. He obviously sees the boar. He's going to try and steal it. And then the enemy sees the boar is moving. So the enemy now is going to try and stop that. Now, the way this works is, after 2 hits on the boar is after you, okay? And the boar will no longer be after you until it can no longer see you. But not just like it, but Gaia, okay? Gaia as a whole. Gaia includes a million different things on the map. So as you can see, like, this bear has pretty big vision over here. That's Gaia. There should be some birds. Technically, even uneaten boars are Gaia. There's a lot of stuff. So, if Gaia sees you, the boar will continue to chase, right? So usually you're looking at the typical boar range, which is just a couple tiles. There's a bigger issue at play, by the way. I think for some tournaments, we've actually changed the vision on bears. Like, that's a lot of vision there. But just watch this for a second from Blue's perspective. He's like, hello? What more do I have to do? Why is the boar not stopping? I'm in front of it. My opponent's scout is nowhere near. It's because the bear is following the scout. So because the bear follows the scout, which is a bug, you could actually do this intentionally. You could run out there, collect a bear, go steal something from the opponent, and that boar is never going to stop following until, Gaia can't see you anymore, which is basically never. This is hilarious. So, it's hilarious for everyone except for Blue. Blue's literally trying everything he can to stop this. It does not make any sense to him, I'm sure. And so Phosphorus makes a big mistake. And right there, he shoots the boar. Now, I'm very disappointed that happened because now the boar is going back. I would have liked to see it perfectly executed. But anyways, it happens. He screws up massively. And Blue is like, oh, thank God, right? Because now we actually have a game. And I guess it works out because this actually turns into a really nice game. But that is freaking ridiculous. Stick around. At the end of this game, I'm going to show you a funny instance that happened in one of my games with this bug as well. So that was just so freaking funny. So anyways, Phosphorus screws up. Should have been 2 boars. It's not. He's playing Gurjaras. Got a couple of his sheep in the mill. I think he had also maybe stolen a sheep from Blue. Like, Blue does not have a lot of food to work with. And on the laming front, the most successful lames now is when there's chickens, because you can't just recover and push in deer to get more food, right? So that could have been really bad. That honestly could have been resign worthy from Blue's perspective, depending on what he could find. There are actually some deer out there in theory, but they're pretty far away. So McLuffy here, he knows he's a really aggressive Arabia player. He knows who he's up against here. This is Phosphorus on an alt account, but like he kind of just knew. The dashboard tracks that stuff. And I think the thing he probably didn't know is like, what on earth is he going to try here? Because when I see Gurjaras, I don't think castle unit. I don't think unique unit at all. So that is these days more often than not what Phosphorus likes to go for. And he is going to try and execute his build in the same way. So, and McLuffy's scouting this. McLuffy sees this. He knows he needs to apply pressure really, really quick. And he's going to opt for a strategy that a lot of people are opting for. And it's just like fast initial pressure, but essentially not committing everything to killing in feudal. Because these builds are kind of designed to break the all-in feudal that a lot of people try to do. So he's going to go for the archer range. He's going to add a couple archers. Phosphorus is going to see this. And we'll slow it down eventually. This game is ridiculous. Thank you for watching. I should probably be in bed right now. It's very late, but I'm recording a video. That's normal, right? Yeah, so this is expected pressure. The archers are going to arrive. And so which is so interesting about this is Phosphorus shows extreme patience. Man, that camel actually kills the archer, which is awful for blue. It's tough for blue, right? Like, he wants to pressure as quickly as possible, but that's kind of hard to justify going forward with one archer. So realistically, you should always wait for two, or he should have had his scout there. But Phosphor just needs 650 stone. That's it. So he's not, like, some people would panic and build a tower, but he takes stone early enough. These villagers have stone in their hands. So, yeah, the stone's exposed. He's kind of fine otherwise. And he just falls back. And, yeah, now McLuffy doesn't really know where on earth he can pressure. There is actually a gap here, which Phosphor really should have walled. Like that, this is a nice little backspace. There's no gold back here. That would be an incredibly overpowered map, but pressure is going to be coming in nonetheless. But like I said, this is like a little bit of archer pressure, but if you look at the eco from McLuffy, he's got Devils on berries, he's got lots of farms, he's going to add some walls, and in the back of his mind, he's thinking, go Castle Age. Because, you know, Phosphor's approach is, it comes at an economic disadvantage. You're skipping eco upgrades most times. There's lots of inefficiencies in moments like this, for example. So, but it's interesting. I like he needs some food. He adds the farms. Old Phosphor, you probably know, I've made lots of videos. Like, he didn't really have the eco, and I was always saying if he sorts out the eco as well, could get really, really good. And he's definitely improved. And you can pull out some of these sheep if you want to get some more food. You also do get the food trickle, technically, from the sheep inside the mill. And basically, Blue has tried to do everything in his power to do damage, and it didn't really do much at all. But so often it can come down to, like Phosphor is always going to get the castle, more often than not. So it's a matter of how much damage you do, and sometimes just 2 or 3 villager picks can make a big difference on the back of what you do behind that, which is Blue's current situation. But yeah, the unit that we're about to see now is the Chakram Thrower. And the Chakram Thrower costs food and gold, and it's a little frisbee boy. Look absolutely ridiculous walking around out there. These get really strong with numbers because of the pass-through damage, but their attack stats are really low, so just 3 attacks. So that's not exactly something that you can get excited about. They're also low HP as well. So they're a unit that can be devastating and feel overpowered, but they also can feel completely useless. So very hit or miss. For now, we're going to see Phosphor mass them, though. And only one way to find out how well they're going to do. I don't know why he built a lumber camp here. I'm guessing because he was just taking some food over here. But, like, you've got wood income, you've got some farms, you've got a decent amount of vills on gold. So this is, we've got vill production. Like, this is now kind of a standard game after the very different opening. But McLuffy is crazy with micro, right? And he's, since I have another, like, bit of a game to show you, we'll speed up a little bit here. He loves heavy micro scenarios. So, like, I played both these players countless times, and McLuffy can be an absolute menace when it comes to micro. And in the back of his mind, he's thinking, my eco's ahead. Just got to stop the first wave. I stopped the first wave, cleared up once, and we get the win, right? So double range, crossbow upgrades in Q. It's going to be crossbow and bodkin. Really like how he managed this. He didn't kill vills, but still is pretty nice. Phosphor is going to go for a monastery on the front. I would have thought the siege workshop would be a little bit more natural here. But having monks out is always something that can make you feel comfortable if your units are taking some damage. There's also a relic there, which you could get. Just essentially, you could probably plan on having both if your eco's set up for it, and his eco is pretty decent for it at the end of the day. Compared to the normal plays you might see from Phosphor, he's not really using the market as frequently either. Like, again, there's actually some eco behind this. We somehow are just, 20 minutes into the game, and we have a unique unit versus crossbows on Arabia. It's a wild world we live in these days. But yeah, the crossbows outrange the chakrams. You just do not want to clump up. You can tell he's actually using that spread formation in case he gets hit. Snipes the monk. And just crazy micro here, man. Just so much unit control from both of them. It's 7 range for the crossbows. It's 5 range for the chakrams. So Blue's been trying to use that range, but Phosphor only lost the monk. And he's going to mass more monks, and he's also going to bring in the siege. Blue doesn't know about the monastery. He obviously knows there's one somewhere because he saw a monk, but he doesn't know it's there. He doesn't know about that siege workshop either. And doing the right thing, in my opinion, to just lean full army, because trying to invest into additional eco right now would be very dangerous. This is pressure on your face. I really think the key is always in a Mangonel war, you never want to lose your hill. But he sees the siege now, and now he's got like 3 different things to focus on. He's got to focus on taking the chakrams, and he's able to snipe some of them here. But he also has the Mangonel, and the Mangonel can just end the game, so he does have to leave the hill. Loses the villager there. The chakrams didn't do too much to even that Vil there. And Ballistics is now on the way, which will really help with some of these volleys. So 2 villager kills. It's just crazy smothering non-stop pressure, right? Like, it's just certain players, man. They just march forward. It's like, hello, I'm here now. You're gonna deal with me. You can't do anything by any time. So much of how good a play is in this game is like the timing of it. Execution, of course, too. Now, here's where I think Phosphor's made a big mistake. Like, you never want your forward to be separated from your army, and now he can't easily get back. Blue re-walled that, which is honestly an epic play. He's being rather patient considering the pressure he's under. And the crossbows are looking to be pretty decent so far. Now he has another Mangonel, and so this is normally dependent on the snowball, and one of the monks gets killed. And now the Mangonel is exposed. The chakrams are going down. There is a Mangonel from the other side. Yeah, Mangonel, monks, everything on this side going to go down. And look at the confidence from McLuffy there. Did you see that? Little split. He's dancing. He's feeling good about himself. He even deletes the walls. He's like, I'm going to win the game right now. Nope. Honestly, if he just waits, if he just holds the hill, doesn't run towards them, just gives himself a second, it could have been game. One more Mangonel and a couple more crossbows. And when he actually has everything prepared, who knows? But now, he doesn't have the crossbow numbers. And Phosphor is massing more monks behind this. He's going to snag the Redemption upgrade. Look at this Micro. Micro's insane from both. And Redemption's a problem. Because now, like, the 2 components of the defense are both handled by Phosphor's composition, right? Big shot there. Like, he was neutral. He can neutralize the siege with the monks. And then he can neutralize the crossbows with his own siege. And so it's not so much about the chakrams anymore. It's really just about the monks and really just about the siege. Something you could consider if you're McLuffy is you could try and drop some stables and think about Lightcav here, but that's going to take a lot of time, and you do not really have time because this pressure is non-stop here. So that's the answer to anyone in the YouTube comments who say in these instances, well, why not go Lightcav? Well, think about the buildup. He wasn't planning on losing everything. Hello, Forward Lumbercamp. He wasn't planning on that at all. It happened. He needs kind of a response right now, and if he went for Lightcav, he wouldn't be able to move out and do anything right now. The crossbows can actually still do something for him with some good micro. Also, it is harder to tech switch and go into different buildings when you're microing. It's easier to just stay, I guess, like one-track minded, which is what he's doing. Full on wood, full on gold, full crossbows now, and he's just got to dance, guys. He's just got to dance, and like, it's gonna be pretty epic to watch, I gotta tell you, because this is so good, man. I mean, he'll lose a couple units, sure, but he has no choice but to turn around and fight this. The Phosphor has forward villagers immediately and ready for the repairs. There will be a siege workshop for McLuffy. Phosphor marches in. McLuffy has no choice here. He has to split away, and 3 Mangonels firing at different times as well, which is really difficult. It's smart from Phosphor. You never want to fire really at the same time, because then people can predict it. And so I think Phosphor kind of benefits from that there. He loses one of his 2 Mangonels. Now Blue's like, maybe I can rush this down. Splits again, goes in for the monks. Will snipe all the monks. Now has the Mangonels on their own. So it feels decent. This Mangonel gets some shots. Now there's Monk there hoping for a conversion. That won't happen. There is a Chakram in there too. There's another Mangonel. And this is why Phosphor bought more villagers, I guess, for more repairs. And unfortunately, yeah, things just kind of falling apart here for Blue. I really feel for him because that clear up he had, like that moment where if he just had the hill with his skills, I think this game is his. Like, he's played insane ever since this has gone wrong. Like, here he comes to really try and come back again, but you are just at such a numbers disadvantage now. You can't even try any of the fancy tricks to hop out of the TC or anything. So really brutal, man. Really brutal. I think it's just a really well executed push from Phosphor. The chakrams were why the opponent couldn't go for light cap. There's Blue with the Mangonel there. He's going to try and hold on. Look at this, though, guys. Look at this. Out of the TC, he goes to snipe that monk, and Phosphor already has the attack round loaded up there. Like, the level of micro is ridiculous from both of these two. I'm very jealous. Like, my micro is solid. My micro's... It gets the job done, but, like, some of this stuff is ridiculous. These guys are, like... according to the stats, they're, like, twice as fast as me. I think capture rate is a little deceiving in some ways, but... depends on what hotkeys are used, but crazy, crazy micro. Imagine loading up for a chill game after work, and then you get this. Yeah, it takes a lot to compete at this level. Now, I like what McLuffy's thinking. McLuffy is thinking, this is already bad. He's got to try and go for a counter of some kind, which is not a bad play. Any type of counter attack against Phosphor is great, because he never looks home. Never's maybe an exaggeration, but, you know, he's exposed. He is managing his eco, but still, it's a larger percentage of his focus is on the front. So crossbows are going forward to potentially do that. But TC's about to go down. Mangonels doesn't have the protection of the TC anymore. And Phosphor gets really lucky, gets that conversion in the final seconds there. And Blue's micro is still insane. But now he has no TC. And he's got 3 Mangonels rolling. And, I mean, this is just gonna be so freaking difficult. He splits again. If nothing else, it's a display that his micro's ridiculous. I mean, what more can you really ask for there? Now there's more chakrams. Now the villagers are going to run in. And the villagers are going to be lined up nice and perfectly for these frisbees. And, yeah, also the counter attack. Unfortunately, he's moving to an area where there's not really a lot happening. So he can't actually... He went to the wrong side. This would have been the jackpot. So he won't kill too much here. And it's a feast over here. And this concludes the game. It actually doesn't conclude the game immediately, because I think there's a moment where McLuffy stares at his screen, and he's just like, oh, no way this just happened to me. He did end up getting the boar after the weird bug, but I mean, that definitely delayed him, and definitely was frustrating, right? So, I showed you how people can use that little Gaia trick to steal boars. I'm curious. I think we're actually going to have games. Until they fix this bug, we're going to have Gurjara's potentially being the best laming civ. Because that situation's crazy. It's not hard to scout the map and find that bear or that wolf. And then if you can also find a boar, it's like, that boar is yours. Phosphor should have never let that go. But I want to show you... just a really unfortunate situation for one of my opponents. And the first time I realized the Gurjara camels were bugged on this patch. Check this out. All right, so here is a game I played the other day. My opponent was Gabby. Gabby's also playing as the Gurjaras. Only civ that starts with a camel scout, right? So she's scouting her base. She's doing her thing. I'm not going to show you guys the full game. It was a decent game, but not really worth showing the whole thing here. And Gabby gets found by a Komodo dragon. So, unfortunately for her, because of this bug, Komodo Dragon is following her. And follows for quite a distance as well. Like, never seems to stop following. I guess... No. Sorry. Komodo does stop following there. That's actually pretty important. So, Komodo kind of moves, loses vision because Gaia loses vision, and then the rest of the game goes on. I'm going to try a build here that I've been experimenting with on chicken maps. And I wanted to go basically for early drush and take straggler trees for wood. Felt kind of like doing it because I'm Slavs and I get pop space from the barracks. So it's a bonus that helps with this. And so now she finds another Komodo dragon. It also feels like these animals are attacking from really long distances. So I don't know if there's something else going on here. Because she can't even see it. But yeah, Gaia can see her. And Gaia continues to chase. And she actually doubles back. And now she shoots that one. So that's now twice in the same game where she is being attacked by these Komodos, right? So we continue on. Scouting the map. Hey, look, another Komodo. Like, did they add Komodos to the map? Like, what's going on? So there's another Komodo. Now poor Gavi's got me showing up to her base. And I'm here with my nerdy little drush. And I saw that. And I was like, that's kind of funny. And she kills the Komodo. Okay, so she kills the Komodo. Tried to kill me. Komodo dies to the TC. She doesn't lose the Vil. She defends quite well. Now she needs to get some quick walls, which she does get. And, you know, game continues on. So she has to move off her wood line, obviously. And she has a decision to make right now on how she manages this. Because she hasn't scouted my base yet. And she decides when she's in feudal, she gets a ton of bonus damage. And she wants to kill this scout. And she correctly guessed that I really wasn't going to make more militia. Her build's been disrupted. This has been frustrating for her. It's always a big, big deal to take care of the opponent's scout. But again, she doesn't have scouting intel at all right now, so it is risky. If she were to lose this camel and not calculate this properly, that would be a bad play. It's worth it to take the trade if she can kill the scout. So she gets the feudal. She's very close to taking down my scout. She's doing the math. She's calculating. And it's one hit. And now she's on 1 HP, and she gets away. This is huge. She kills my scout. I can't see what she's going to go for. I'm moving to go do that with my militia. And she's off to go find my base, find my follow-up. And the Komodo kills her scout. And listen, I mean, you could sit here, you could say, well, she should have remembered the Komodo was there. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because the Komodo's out of your vision sometimes, and that is just not normal. Gavi has played thousands of games. Her scout was not getting attacked by freaking animals before. So, in the end, she didn't actually know exactly what I was going for. By the time that she arrived, I was already prepared because I was able to use my little militia and see her opening. Ended up being like lots of archers, lots of scouts, lots of knights. We got the win. But I think the Komodos. The Komodos should have received some of that elo because it was pretty much all them in my opinion. So I don't know what more is going to happen with this. But yeah, right now, Gurjara camels are bugged. Apparently, you also can't auto scout with them and do maybe one or two other things. So they're just, it's not counted as a scout for whatever reason. Thank God I'm not a dev for this game. I mean, I imagine they probably didn't do much to adjust scouts at all. I know auto scout was kind of bugged for scouts. And so they had to change something to make that work again. And then somehow the camel scout is lost. Anyways, it's spaghetti code at the end of the day. They're doing their best. And GG. So, yeah, keep an eye out for the camels and the Komodos and the wolves. Thank you guys very much for watching. Channel's been popping off recently. I'm very happy with it. I'm very motivated. I'd love to hit 400K subs at some point. We're closing in on that. So if you are one of the, well, whatever percentage is shown on screen there of people that have watched over the past month that is not subscribed, if it doesn't change anything for you, it is literally free. Would make me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. So take care, everybody, and I'll see you in the next one.